be the new boys in town.
What's that sound?
Good evening, and welcome to the podcasting equivalency of a need for the macabre, a hunger for the morbid, and a truly giving, bleeding heart. Venus ate, Letitius ate. I'm Brandon Ghoulcock.
Ghoulcock sounds
Sounds like a nasty dick.
Sounds like, yeah, nasty
Sounds like a
dick.
ranked penis.
Yep, I'm leaning into it.
Brandon Rank Dong.
Go on. Andre.
I forgot we were gonna do those kinds of names.
Oh, I kind of just made an executive decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of one already, so.
All right, just go before me, I guess. We'll go out of order.
Nicole Ghoulrigas.
It's just all Ghoul.
I'm Jewel.
I was going to say Nicole
Lamilzul.
Boudriguez, but
Ooh.
that's fine.
I'm Andre, back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
I was gonna say Weekend at Bernie's, but I couldn't think of it, so I was about to say Andre Bernie Sanders Lamilza.
What's truly scary is how bad that was.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Totally fearful. So, as you might have guessed, this is in October, but we decided that we love doing the Halloween episodes so much that we're going to do it twice a year. Welcome to Spooky Times.
Hallowbetween.
So you, for those of you just listening to, this is your first Spooky Time once a year, but now twice a year.
Woo.
The less you know, enters a metamorphosis or something like that, something spooky, and it becomes Spooky Times.
Everything's spooky.
Everything's spooky. Ooh. Oh yeah, listeners. Also, this is only gonna be like an hour long. It ain't gonna be 2 hours. So
Yeah.
Yes, only an hour.
Yeah.
But if this is your first Spooky Times and you like it, because you're gonna, listen to the other two. They're great. Well,
you're gonna.
The first one has a lot of audio errors, but the second one,
I looked up the exact time and date when Halloween was complete opposite. It's supposed to be this. So if you tell me I'm wrong, you're probably right. If I'm wrong.
counted on his fingers up to 6, and it was like that month.
That month, that day, and if I'm wrong, probably because that's a hard thing to calculate. And if you know, this is the less you know, and probably a lot of things I said on this podcast are false. So
It's really interesting, though, that you developed that habit. You didn't have it before. Before you used calculators and like actually research things. A lot of NASA's science is based on counting on their fingers.
yes,
Yeah.
it's been a very long time coming, and we're with everything else that we were forward thinking on. Counting was the one thing that we were the most stubborn on.
Yeah.
So it's time to move on to toes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we got 20 things to count from. It's really stepped up our productivity.
Ooh, nice pun. I like it.
All right. I mean, I forget. Do we do local news
If
stuff?
there's spooky stuff.
Okay, this is more of a recommendation, I guess.
Okay.
That I've been getting into again because they released more videos. So, half local news, half was good in the neighborhood, I guess, for spookies. So there's this YouTube series called Pets Cop.
So sorry.
Oh, what?
So sorry. What's Ghoul in the neighborhood?
What's Ghoul in the neighborhood? There it is. So there's this.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. I don't mean to do this twice.
No.
But local booze.
I think I like that a lot.
I also like that since the opening, we can't think of anything other than boo and ghoul.
We're saying a lot of puns so far, and it's Hallowbetween.
Boo and Ghoul are all you need. That's all you need. Whatchamacallit?
Yes.
So there's this YouTube series called Pets Cop, and I forget if I've mentioned it on here before, and if I haven't, well, here you go. It's something that started in 2017. The premise of it is there's a dude who found this game, and he's recording himself playing it and recording the spooky shit that happens. But the kicker, the reason this series is so fucking interesting is because they made it. They made a game that looks like it's PS1/Dreamcast graphics, and it's perfect. Like, it's incredibly convincing. It's so cool.
I know how they're doing it through YouTube, and that's really great, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But that would be so cool if they did like that, but on Twitch live.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
I'd be like,
it-
that'd be really
it-
cool.
They'd have to be master performers.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. It starts with this kid named Paul, and he's just like he's recording this thing because from the context you suss out he's trying to show his friend that this game he found is real. And
Okay.
And this is before it
He's-
becomes a mall cop, right?
yes. This is before he comes to mall cop. You fuck. So Paul Blart is telling us about his game. No, but like,
It just made it really better when you. I love that sentence.
So he's this kid who's doing that, but like, and it's when you first start playing it, it starts really subtle, and then it just sort of spirals, but in a way that's really satisfying, and it's vague enough and creepy enough that you can get all these theories and all these like feelings from it without it being just like hit you over the head necessarily. Like you get an obvious sense of what it's going for and like what's wrong, but it's not. There's a lot of twists and turns, and you're not going to fully understand it just watching it by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, watch it first, but then it's super fun to go to like the subreddit. They made a document. There's
nice.
analysis videos, blah, blah, blah,
It's
blah.
very interactive.
We're talking Google documents here.
Oh yeah, big old Google
I love
document
Google documents.
from the Petscot Reddit. But yeah, it's just something that's so fucking unique and clearly put a ton of time in it because they had to design essentially a game, at least for the purposes of recording the specific things they want to record. And like, it's so fucking cool.
Oh, I will definitely check that out. That sounds right up my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Hold on. This also counts as a game corner. I mean,
Ghoul corner.
Yeah, you're gonna go Ghoul again?
I was about to say that, but that completely erases what the segment's about. So it doesn't make any sense.
Game corner.
Brains corner.
Well,
Better than
Game
using
corner, but it's on the Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on the game corner,
Alright,
but spooky.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But like, yeah, so I recently got back into it because they released, it's super crazy. They released like 5 videos within the span of a day, which is unheard of because there have been 6-month gaps for the purpose of the story.
Like every 3
You know what
hours
I mean?
they like released a video or something.
Yeah, it was like throughout the day for the span of like a day or two, they kept releasing stuff. And like,
Nice.
it was like it was just like a big bunch of shit that was like so cool.
What's
and
all that
like,
sound?
Oh, sorry, that's my pipes.
Oh. What?
I can't help that.
Damn.
There's some ghosts in them pipes.
Spooky.
It'll stop in a second, I think.
It's okay.
If you wanna pause it.
Oh, there's some ghosts in them pipes. You know?
Yeah, I guess
This
you're right.
house wasn't built super well.
Ooh, it wasn't built fantastically.
They're only haunting this one specific apartment.
Yeah,
There's
so
all
like,
this real estate, and it's just you.
The ghost of cutting corners.
oh.
I don't know anything about pipes. I could be
They
wrong.
were like, "We heard you having a podcast, and we wanted to come in."
Seriously, that's like your neighbors. Anyhow, we're getting off topic.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, son, they're having a podcast. Go over there and stare at them in the window.
But yes, Pets Cop is phenomenal. Go watch it. It's very cool. You'll get really sucked into it
Absolutely.
if you're looking for something like that. So yeah, spooky.
Oh.
Ah.
Movie
Yeah,
scary.
spooky. Woo.
Yeah.
Andre, you said you had
Yeah,
something? Okay.
it's not super long or crazy. It's just
Oh, the ghost stop.
nice,
Nice.
Okay.
awesome. So
Yeah.
I started watching. I guess I missed Blue Planet 2 for some reason, or I feel like I did or didn't. The nature documentaries.
Uh-huh.
And I love the deep episodes of all the undersea creatures that are like so deep that you're just like, oh God, what is this ghoul thing creature underneath there, like underneath the planet? It's just fucking creepy down there. Like I keep trying to imagine like
Dude,
yeah.
deep water animals are fucked up.
it's just
Yeah.
when I go like whenever I wish I could be down there.
I know, right?
But I'm also
Just
just
like eyes.
like I feel like I would be
All
more
right,
terrified.
James Cameron's plural.
I'd be way more terrified to be down there than a great shark because the one thing I learned about down there is there's a shark that is bigger than the great white.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's
Just-
like tons of huge things down there.
and it probably is all pale and has a spooky eye or
Yeah,
some
it
shit.
does.
Yeah.
They're called the 6. Look, you guys look it up. It's a 6-gill shark. and they're like they can grow up to be bigger than a great white, and they're just like they're basically like a dead ass gray ass shark, like, and they just like and they're
dead ass.
But the thing is, they're like slow.
Yeah,
they're like really slow, and they don't move fast, thank God. But because like they don't have a lot of energy, and they only eat once a year.
That's why they have no energy.
Yeah. But they eat once a year. But that's crazy that the food can last them a year. But then there's like some eels I've seen that are just gnarly as fuck. And then it's so weird. There's like a brine, you know, like just a salt deposit. There's like a certain layer where there's just a brine at a certain area of the place where there's just a surface level, this weird mist of salt. The brine's crazy because like there's things that live down there for eels and things to eat. But the crazy thing is that the brine is just like concentrated like salt, but it's like all misty, and like eels and other fish will try to go down there to get it. It's just weird. It looks like it's a whole nother like layer of water. Because like when you're that deep, you don't see bubbles and stuff, which is weird. There's less oxygen down there. Yeah. So like when you film it, it's just so crystal clear that it just feels like things are just kind of moving through air, which is also creepy.
You know what's really neat?
Wait, what?
Sorry, this is more deep sea related like neat
Can I
shit.
finish what I was going to say if it's just more related to that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
But when you see them go into the brine, it almost just seems like one of those weird mythical things where it's like, oh, there's another layer of water down there.
You're talking about the same exact thing I was going to talk about.
Yeah, the sea brine. No. Yeah, that sea brine's
where
like,
it's like it's basically like
it's like a fog.
River underwater, or like where it just feels like thicker
under the water.
Yeah,
carry the water. Water move, water move.
Damn it! I love me a David Byrne.
What you were gonna say?
Yeah, like it's like it's as if there's thicker, heavier water underwater that acts like water's water.
Yeah, but it's separate. Yeah, and it's just like super salt, high concentrated, and anything in there that will die.
So interesting.
Yeah, it's just so spooky. Like every time I watch it, I'm so fascinated, but also just utterly terrified of the deep sea. Especially anglerfishes. God, why does every documentary have to be like, I'm gonna get right up in its goddamn face?
Because why wouldn't you?
I know, but it's also just like, ooh, yeah, that's it. That's the sea brine. Isn't that gnarly? Like that fucking looks like it's from Stranger Things. Like it's fucking wild.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if that's where their inspiration came from.
Yeah. Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, spooky.
Waiting for David Bowie to come out of there.
Yeah. David Bowie's gonna come out.
For some world booze. Just kidding. No one bought any articles.
Yeah, no.
No, there's no articles for these. You just get some spooky stories.
As a refresher, I guess, we all have sort of different things we've fallen into doing.
Yes. We've got to find a rhythm that works.
Yeah. For me, I read these things called SCPs, which are Secure, Contain, Protect. They're like fake collections of data about fake.
Fake? This is all very real,
It's
Nicole.
all very real. Fabricated.
And spooky.
Like spooky things that are contained within a facility. So it could be a lot of different shit. Brandon, you do...
I do a lot of spooky stories, but I've mostly fallen into specific spooky stories from it probably wasn't hard to Google where these stories come from, but I'm not going to say because I definitely need something to bring, and I love these stories so much. Don't read them.
Yeah. They're like about these like park rangers and these like in this weird forest area.
And I read spooky shit posts.
Pretty much.
Perfect. Yep.
They got some fun ones.
Hooray.
We got to get all that. Brandon gets like super realistic spooky. Nicole gets urban legend spooky, and I get stupid spooky.
It's not so much urban. I mean, I guess, I don't know.
I mean, that's mostly what SCPs are, like urban legends.
They're not. A lot of times they're just, this is a cool idea. Or like,
these are real,
whatever.
Nicole.
Look, shut up, all right?
Don't ruin the magic.
I'm trying to ruin the magic.
Oh no, it's just me in a Scooby-Doo suit.
Okay, so I'll start with the one that's like, I think it'll be a nice mood setter. It's a little vanilla, but they have audio accompaniments to them. So you could play maybe one or something in the edit. All right. So, first one, SCP-049. It's an object class Euclid. SCP-049 is contained within a standard, secure, humanoid containment cell in Research Sector O2 at Site-19. SCP-049 must be sedated before any attempts to transport it. During transport, SCP-049 must be secured within a Class 3 humanoid restriction harness, including a locking collar and extension restraints, and monitored by no fewer than 2 armed guards. I could read the rest of how it's contained, but I'll skip on right over to what it is.
2 guys hold him down. Got it.
Basically, it's humanoid. It needs a lot of restraint, and
okay, a lot of restraint.
Yeah, seemingly. It's like, you gotta be real careful with it. In the event it becomes aggressive, the application of lavender has been shown to produce a calming effect.
But unfortunately, it's also a aphrodisiac, so
it's real horny.
Oh no.
It gets real relaxed horny.
Real horny. Oh my god. Relaxed horny is such a weird statement.
It's like jumbo shrimp. It's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one.
Exactly.
All right, resume.
So description. SCP-049 is a humanoid entity, roughly 1.9 meters in height, which, excuse me, I'm American, I don't know how tall that is. Which bears the appearance of a medieval plague doctor. While SCP-049 appears to be wearing thick robes and a ceramic mask indicative of that profession, the garments instead seem to have grown out of his body over time and are now nearly indistinguishable from whatever form is beneath them. X-rays indicate that despite this, SCP-049 does have a humanoid skeletal structure beneath its outer layer. SCP-049 is capable of speech in a variety of languages, though tends to prefer English or medieval French. While SCP-049 is generally cordial and cooperative with Foundation staff, it can become especially irritated or at times outright aggressive if it feels that it is in the presence of what it calls the pestilence. Although the exact nature of the pestilence is currently unknown to Foundation researchers, it does seem to be an issue of immense concern.
Wait, did they try to work their way up to the 4 horsemen being SCPs? To be contained?
It could be.
That's cool.
That'd be neat.
If true.
Yeah.
Big if true, as a kid said.
Big if true.
Is that a new thing going around?
I think so.
Oh, that's an older thing, I think.
I was going to say.
SCP-049 will become hostile with individuals it sees as being affected by the pestilence. And pestilence is in capital P. Just so you know, it's
proper
like
noun.
The pestilence. Often having to be restrained.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
Got him. Shit. If left unchecked, SCP-049 will generally attempt to kill any such individual. SCP-049 is capable of causing all biological functions of an organism to cease through direct skin contact. How this occurs is currently unknown. Autopsies of the victims have invariably been inconclusive. SCP-049 has expressed frustration or remorse after these killings, indicating that they have done little to kill the pestilence, though will usually seek to then perform a crude surgery on the corpse, using the implements contained within a black doctor's bag it carries on its person at all times. While these surgeries are not always successful, they often result in the creation of instances of SCP-049-2. SCP-049-2 instances are reanimated corpses that have been operated on by SCP-049. These instances do not seem to retain any of their prior memories or mental functions, having only basic motor skills and response mechanisms. While these instances are generally inactive, moving very little in a generally ambulatory fashion, they can become extremely aggressive if provoked or if directed by SCP-049. Yeah. So he remarks that despite these alterations, he thinks that these creations are cured, quote unquote.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's that. I'll send a link and you can listen to this first recording just because it's fun.
Okay.
So he when he brings something back to life, he's like, I cured it.
Yeah. So he'll kill people.
It just sounds
on,
like he
impulse.
thinks removing consciousness is
yeah, it's really, it stays vague with what the pestilence even is. In the interview, in the first,
he didn't say what his name was.
SCP-049.
No, what he calls himself.
He doesn't have.
Yeah, he does.
He calls himself.
I know.
Does he?
It's the Plague Doctor.
Is that what he calls himself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
I hate those real eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the mask is part of his face too, right? Like it's.
Yeah, they imply that the robe and mask are kind of like almost a part of him or whatever. But yeah.
Oh,
so
wow, they
in
updated
the first,
this site.
yeah, in the first interview, he mentions like the doctor he's talking to mentions like, "Are you talking about the Black Plague?" And he's just like, "I don't know what that is."
Yeah.
Like,
No, that ain't me. That ain't me.
that ain't me. But yeah, feel free
I'm
to
the
listen to it
boss.
if you want. We can
Both.
put it in. It's fun. It's pretty fun. It's actually not like, because usually with something like this, it's like it's a little cringy or whatever, but like it's actually pretty alright. It ain't bad.
Ale, como de neverno, como si? Una tornadesa?
Is that French? Can we get a translator?
King's English. No need for translation, sir. I can speak it well enough.
Oh, good. My name is Dr. Raymond Ham, and I...
A doctor. A like-minded individual, no doubt. Wherein lies your specialty, sir?
Cryptobiology. Why?
A medical man, such as myself. Wonders abound. And here I was worried, being abducted by common street dogs. This place, then. This is your laboratory? I wondered, as clean as it is, with such little trace of pestilence here.
The pestilence? What do you mean?
The scourge, the great dying. Come now, you know, what is it they call it? No matter. The pestilence, yes. It abounds outside these walls, you know. So many have succumbed, and many more will continue to until such time as a perfect cure can be developed. Fortunately, I'm very close. It's my duty in life to rid the world of it, you see. The cure to end all cures.
When you say the Great Dying, are you talking about the bubonic plague?
I don't know what that is.
I see. Right, well, the entities our agents have encountered at the house, they were dead when you encountered them, yes? And you reanimated them?
In a manner of speaking. You see things too simply, Doctor. Expand your horizons. Life and death, sickness and health. These are amateur terms for amateur physicians. There's only one ailment that exists in the world of men, and that is the pestilence. And nothing else. Make no mistakes. They were very ill. All of them.
You think you cured those people?
Indeed. My cure's most effective.
The things we recovered were not human.
Yes, well, it's not a perfect cure. But that will come with time and further experimentation. I've spent a lifetime developing my methods, Doctor. And I will spend a lifetime more if necessary. Now, I've wasted too much time. There's work to do. I will require a laboratory of my own. One where I can continue my research unimpeded. And assistance, of course. But I can provide those on my own in time.
I don't think our organization would be willing to...
No nonsense. We are men of science. Fetch your coat and show me to my quarters, Doctor. Our work begins now.
You son of a bitch!
Why, you little... Also, okay.
So it seems to me like he's the amateur because I've lived a lifetime and will spend a lifetime devoted to this. You don't know what the bubonic plague is.
No.
Bro, pick up a book. You're a
Pick
doctor.
up a book, idiot.
21st century, 2019.
Jesus.
God, get with it.
You've been
Grandpa.
alive for how long? And no one's been like, hey, you look like a witch doctor. You should really like actually like, if you hear that, you'd be like, huh? What's that? Let me look it up in a, oh, I look just like a witch doctor. And that's what the bubonic.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah. So he ends up killing that doctor that he talks to in that first interview.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Just so.
Thanos do it.
No. I don't want to talk about Thanos.
It's about the end. It's about the end, not the journey to get
Scariest
there.
thing is
Wait, I said that backwards.
Avengers Endgame.
That's him.
Yeah.
There's more information. There's always more. I'm always
Yeah.
just reading a
I mean,
snippet.
he has a long log.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's like killed some doctors because he feels like it's like getting worse.
Yeah.
'Cause he, for the longest time,
Yeah.
he hasn't done experimentation on people. They've always just kept giving him animals.
Yeah.
So then he starts just like killing scientists that come in.
Yeah. He just starts getting all aggressive.
Very
But yeah.
intrusive. Until they give him lavender.
So, these are logs that come from a search and rescue officer for the U.S. Forest Service, and he has stories to tell. This is one of those stories. They were out doing a recon for mountain lions because there had been several reports of sightings in the last couple of days. One of our jobs is to scout the areas where these animals are seen to ensure that they are in the area. We can warn people and then close off those trails. My buddy was out on his own in a very forested part of the park towards dusk, and he heard what sounded like a woman screaming in the distance. It sounds almost exactly like a woman being brutally murdered. It's unsettling, but far from abnormal. My buddy radioed back and let Ops know what he'd heard, and he was gonna go see if he could figure out where the territory started, and he heard the mountain lion scream a couple more times, always from the same spot, and determined the approximate area of the mountain lion's territory. He was about to head back when he heard another scream. This time with only a few yards of him. Of course, he freaks out and starts heading back at a much faster pace. Because the last thing he does is want to run into a goddamn mountain lion and get mauled to death. As he got back on the path and started heading back, the scream followed him. He broke into a jog. When he was about a mile from Ops, the screaming stopped, and he turned around to see if it was following him. It was almost night by this point, but he said in the distance, just before the path rounded the corner, he could see what looked like a male figure. He called out to them, warning them the paths were closed and they needed to come back to the welcome center. The figure just stood there, so my buddy started to walk over. When he was about 10 yards away, the figure took, as he described, an impossibly long step towards him and let out the same scream my buddy had been hearing. My buddy didn't even say anything. He just turned back and sprinted to Ops, never looking behind him. By the time he got back, the screamer had moved back into the woods. He didn't mention it to anyone else, just said there was a mountain lion in the area and they would need to close the paths until the animal could be located and moved. That's, yeah.
The screaming
Oh,
man.
that's pretty rad. Screams.
Scream man.
Like,
Scream.
so like the screaming creature started coming to him.
Yes.
That's creepy.
And
Well,
it's
fuck.
either mimicking a mountain lion scream or it just has a weird scream and can take impossibly long steps, which is a terrifying description.
That's a terrifying description.
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing just this black voided silhouette.
Yeah.
It's probably dark or something, and then you just see it. Whoop! Like take a big old step, and like that's a bigger
Yeah.
step than you should be able to take.
I feel like that's something that horror movies need to work with more often because, yeah, sure, jump scares, scary. You made me jump, I get it.
Yeah.
But, like, when you go into that weird uncanniness of, like, oh, it's a humanoid that just did something that makes no sense, your human mind tries to process it immediately and can't. And it's just unsettling in
It's
that
funny.
sense.
It's kind of like when you think about,
Yeah.
like, no matter what, and I know it's weird, in Minecraft, the Endermen are still creepy.
oh, yeah.
Like they're black figures that just kind of like will end up in weird places making really uncomfortable sounds.
Yeah.
Like that shit to me is creepy. That's kind of what I thought. Like maybe it takes a step and it just like teleports kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
it blinks to a moment in front of you.
That's
Yeah,
why.
they should definitely do things that are just like, I know it seems silly in thought, but like it'd be really creepy to see something just like
oh, yeah.
take a longer step somehow than it should be.
Oh, yeah. No, I think a lot of horror movies truly miss the mark on that sort of like area to explore. Occasionally I'll see something and I'm like, oh, that's good. But then occasionally, like they had Doug Jones as that one long guy, one almost circusy fellow or something in that one movie. He had like long limbs. And I'm like, that's kind of creepy when he moves. But that's kind of it.
Yeah. All right. Fucking yeah. Sweet.
All right, so I got a spooky story.
Oh.
Oh my
Something
God.
very
What could it
spooky.
be?
All right, here we go. This is a story from
All
we'll
about
say okay. This is a story from Tyler Dean 2004,
All right, Tyler Dean, into the year 2004. What do you got for us?
New Master 69. They call me a dickhead. Sorry.
Call me a dicky.
Call me a dickhead. Anyways,
Mhm.
I liked Peppa Pig when I was a little boy,
Jesus Christ.
but what I
Go on.
but what I watched scared the frick out of me. One
Wait,
time,
I think I've heard this.
Have you?
Wait,
Oh,
did you read
shit.
this?
no,
I haven't heard this.
Okay, go.
I've never
I'm
read
just
this.
curious. I'm curious. Maybe I heard it somewhere
All right.
else.
One time I was going downtown to find some Peppa Pig DVDs.
Yeah, I must have heard it on something else. No, keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
I want to hear it again.
Okay.
Keep going.
That is
I love it.
strong start.
I can't believe. Oh man, I gotta find out. I think I know where I heard it, but go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
I could not find anything. I was about to give up and go back home, but I found one more shop. To be fair, this is one of the most popular ones.
Yeah, yeah.
It was Walmart. I asked myself, why is Walmart in the United Kingdom? So I took a look inside a book, Reading Rainbow. No, that's not it.
Yeah.
So I took a look. In there was a bunch of DVDs of shows like Pocoyo, Pingu, Bear in the Big Blue House, Teletubbies, and even Arthur.
Even Arthur.
I've seen almost every episode of those shows, but never seen those episodes on those DVDs. I found a Peppa Pig DVD.
Bootleg DVD.
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's the scariest part of all.
Commerce is doomed.
Piracy's a crime.
You wouldn't steal a car.
On the back it says, "Hell yeah, love piracy. Hail to piracy, Satan." With 2 episodes called Daddy Pig Loses the Race and Daddy's Pig's Revenge.
Oh.
I forget they write these weird.
Oh, yeah. Children don't write good.
I was decided to buy the DVD because it was the only Peppa Pig DVD there. I put it in my DVD and played. All right. I put it in my DVD and played all episodes.
God, I'm so glad you found this one. It's so funny. I'll tell you where I heard it from. After.
Sorry, I'm recovering from the lack of a DVD player existing. The episode beginning of the first one was normal, except in the background it was nighttime and there was blood on the title.
This is all pretty normal. It's at night.
Wait a minute.
That's some blood in the title? That's weird. I'll keep watching.
The episode started off with Peppa and her family watching TV. Daddy Pig said that he wanted to race in something other than the Olympics or something.
All right. Specificity is the soul of narrative.
The next day, Daddy Pig was in the race with some people also racing. And then the race started. Daddy Pig was struggling to get first, but then he tripped over and came last. Then he lost. Daddy Pig was so sad.
Good job.
So Peppa and her family had to go home. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig were in bed. Mummy Pig were asleep, but Daddy Pig was awake. The hyper-realistic eyes, and he looked very angry. He said, "I have to get revenge on everyone. They have to pay for it." Episode ended. The next episode didn't have an intro. It started with Daddy Pig going outside, killing everyone.
Oh my god.
That description, and then Peppa Pig woke up and saw him kill everyone. Peppa Pig screamed silently and ran down the cellar. Then Daddy Pig went back home and went into Peppa Pig and George's room. How come George has a blank ass name? And then Daddy Pig holded the axe in the air.
Nice.
Then George woke up and gasped. And then the screen went black and Daddy Pig chopped him up. George's crying sounds just like his crying from the episode Lunch. And Daddy...
I'm going to splice in those crying noises from the episode Lunch. I can't wait to watch a Peppa Pig episode later. Holy shit.
And even Daddy's pig said, "Oh, now, George." But it sounded like Grandpa Pig. After that, the scream went back to normal and Daddy Pig killed Mummy Pig. Then he got grenade and threw at Susie.
I forgot about the grenade.
And he got grenade. Yeah.
And threw
What
at
more do you need to
Susie
know?
Sheep's house in the school. After that, Peppa Pig got out of the cellar and called the cops about Daddy Pig. Mrs. Rabbit tried to get Daddy Pig, but she got chopped up into pieces too.
Damn.
After that, everyone in Peppa Pig land, including Peppa, tried to stop him. But he had an RPG and shot it at everyone, including Peppa.
Oh my god.
Then Daddy Pig said to the screen with hyper-realistic eyes that
Once
were
again.
bleeding.
Oh, now you gotta make it red. The
Spooky
image.
jooky. Yeah.
"You humans, I will kill all of you. You made me lose, and you made me do this. You're next.
Holy shit.
You're next, barnacle head."
Oh my god. He watches SpongeBob too?
Episode
Damn.
ended. I was so scared that I got nightmares about this episode. I tried telling some of my friends, but nobody believed me, except my best friend Jeremy.
My best friend Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy.
I showed him the DVD and he got scared too. But also, I am beware Daddy Pig is somewhere and I will have to find out where made this. Made by Tyler Dean 2004.
Amazing.
I love it. Oh my god.
So I heard this story on last podcast on the left.
I knew you
that
were going to
makes sense.
say that.
That makes
they
sense.
have Halloween episodes where they read creepypastas.
I did it the best.
I want you to listen to that one too because it's very funny.
I did it better.
Sure you did,
I
kiddo.
did.
Uh-huh. All right, there it is.
Nice.
Peppa Pig's dad is a crazy maniac.
I love it.
What a creepy story. All right, next I'm gonna do one tiny one because it's incredibly short
Oh, absolutely.
and it's funny. And then I'm gonna do another one. So SCP blank and then J. It's just like a bunch of underscores and then J. So I'm just gonna call it SCP blank J. Object class is blank. Special containment procedures in a box in my office. Description. It's a rock that makes you procrastinate. Addendum. Probably mimetic or something. I'll finish writing this up later.
Oh, that's good and funny. That's good and funny.
He was too
Here.
lazy to fill in all the classifications.
Yeah.
And then the
I was
rest.
really
It's
interested.
just-
I was
that's
like,
it.
wait, is there like a radius on how like far it has to be away from you? Oh, this is funny.
I'll finish writing this later. Whatever. I just thought that was cute.
Dr.
All right,
Vang.
let's see. All right, so this next one I thought was interesting. This item is SCP-055. It is object class Keter or Keter or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce this
Keter.
thing. Special containment procedures. Object is kept within a 5x5 by 2.5 meter square room constructed of cement with 50 centimeters of thickness with a Faraday cage surrounding the cement walls. Access is via a heavy containment door measuring 2 by 2.5 meters constructed on bearings to ensure door closes and locks automatically unless held open deliberately. Security guards are not to be posted outside SCP-055's room. It is further advised that all personnel maintaining or studying other SCP objects in the vicinity try to maintain a distance of at least 50 meters from the geometric center of the room, as long as this is reasonably practical. Alright, so SCP-055 is a self-keeping secret or anti-meme. Information about it's very neat. Information about SCP-055's physical appearance as well as its nature, behavior, and origins is self-classifying. To clarify, how Site-19 originally acquired it is unknown. When it was acquired and by whom is unknown. SCP-55's physical appearance is unknown. It is not indescribable or invisible. Individuals are perfectly capable of entering its room and observing it, taking a mental or written notes, making sketches, taking photographs, and even making audio-video recordings. An extensive log of such observations is on file. However, information about SCP-055's physical appearance leaks out of a human mind soon after such an observation. Individuals tasked with describing it afterwards find their mind wandering, and they lose interest in the task. individuals tasked with sketching a copy of a photograph of SCP-055 are unable to remember what the photograph looks like, as are researchers overseeing these tests. Security personnel who have observed it via closed-circuit television cameras emerge after a full shift exhausted and effectively amnesiac about the events of the previous hours. Who authorized the construction of the room, why it was constructed, or what the purpose of it is are all unknown. Despite the container being easily accessible, all personnel at Site-19 claim no knowledge of its existence when challenged. So, basically, they have a ton of information on it, but they can't use it.
That's really cool.
Isn't it? It's so neat. Like, they have a ton of information on this thing, but it's literally impossible to know. It's really neat.
secret.
I thought that was an interesting ass thing. There is a log of two people talking, which I thought was fun. One's named Dr. Hughes and the other is... This is an account of two people that were able to enter the container and learn about it, and they got out, and this was their transcript from afterwards. So, document number 55-1, an analysis of SCP-055. The author puts forward the hypothesis that SCP-055 was never formally acquired by and is in fact an autonomous or remotely controlled agent inserted at Site-19 by an unidentified third party for one or all of the following purposes. 1. To silently observe or interfere with activities at the site. 2. To silently observe or interfere with activities at other SCP locations. 3. To silently observe or interfere with activities of humanity worldwide. 4. To silently observe or interfere with other SCP objects. And 5. To silently observe or interfere with... No action to counter any of these potential threats is suggested, or indeed theoretically possible. Addendum A.
Hey, if this thing really is an anti-meme, why doesn't the fact that it's an anti-meme get wiped? You must be wrong about that somehow. Wait a minute. What if we were to keep notes about what it isn't? Would we remember those?
Bartholomew Hughes from the NSA. Document number 55-2, report of Dr. John Marichek. Survey team number 19055127BXE was successfully able to enter the container and ascertain the appearance and, to some degree, the nature of the object. Notes were taken according to the project methodology, see redacted, after which the container was sealed again. Excerpt from a transcript of personnel debriefing follows.
Okay, I'm gonna need to ask you some questions about number 55 now.
Number what?
SCP Object 55. The object you just examined.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think we have a 55.
Oh, okay then. I'd like you to tell me what you've been doing for the past 2 hours.
What? I don't know.
Okay then. Do you remember that we all agreed that it wasn't spherical?
That what wasn't? Oh, right. It isn't round at all. Object 55 isn't round.
So you remember now?
Well, no. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I know there is one. It's something you can't remember, and it's not a sphere.
Wait a minute. What's not a sphere?
Object 55.
Object what?
Doc, do you remember agreeing that something wasn't shaped like a sphere?
Oh, right.
Haha! Isn't that fucking neato?
That is cool. I like
know.
this. This
It's
is a
so
cool one you
cool.
found.
Yeah, I like this one a
Or
lot.
sorry, a cool one that you've read from these very real files
Yeah.
that exist.
Yeah, these very real files that are real and exist.
100%
And
real.
unfortunately are uploaded to the internet for everyone to read.
Someone's spoiler leaking their database.
Yeah,
But it's all redacted. They don't know who's doing it.
All redacted.
a lot of it's redacted.
It's probably one of the SCP people. Oh, that'd be a cool entry to make up, is someone who is a creature who's posting all of this information on the internet.
The leaker.
Yeah, they just made all of them.
SCP-5000, the leaker. He leaks all information from
Oh,
the...
who's the famous leak guy?
Oh, you're talking about
The guy Russian dude?
No,
Edward Snowden.
Yeah,
Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden, the SCP.
For a second, I was gonna say Julian Assange, and I was like, wait, no.
Similar.
Well, he
yeah.
also is.
SCP
Yeah.
Jon Snow.
Yes. All right. So that's my other one.
Hello.
Yeah,
To the
I had the rock one was fun too.
Mm-hmm. You have a small story for us, Andre?
SpongeBob takes a bath.
Okay.
Once I was watching SpongeBob, then a new episode came on. It was called SpongeBob Takes a Bath. Started with SpongeBob walking towards the bathroom with a creepy smile. He went in, he got into the bath, and pulled out an AK-47.
Oh.
What?
That's just great already.
Okay. Then SpongeBob walked towards Patrick's house. SpongeBob knocked on the door. Then he screamed, and Patrick said, "I'm coming, SpongeBob."
That's a really good. I didn't know you had a really good Patrick.
Yeah,
Hold on, I
that's
can do it
surprisingly good.
"I'm coming, SpongeBob."
Yeah, man.
Then it cut to black. Then blood was on the screen. Then Russian text appeared on the screen. It said,
shit.
"You can't escape."
Oh.
Then it cut to SpongeBob shooting Patrick.
Perfect.
There was blood everywhere. SpongeBob got a knife and then went to Squidward's house. He broke and then killed Squidward. SpongeBob got his organs and made an organ patty. He then ate it. Tasty. Then the screen cut to static. Then SpongeBob was at the Krusty Krab. They were screaming in the background.
My leg!
Oh my god.
So SpongeBob turned to a customer. He got a pistol and shot the customer.
My leg! Again!
There was blood everywhere. Everybody started to panic. SpongeBob walked towards Mr. Krabs.
Money, money, money.
And SpongeBob said, "Time to die." Then SpongeBob shot Mr. Krabs.
Ah, my money.
Is that what he actually says in the fucking thing?
I'm making this.
Okay, I just didn't know.
There was skin and blood everywhere. Then SpongeBob saw Sandy. SpongeBob shot her.
Texas.
I don't know.
She would say Texas.
Then SpongeBob walked home to Gary.
Oh.
SpongeBob killed Gary.
Oh no!
There was blood. SpongeBob went back to the bathroom and then he started crying.
Why'd you do it?
They were screaming in the background.
Oh, my leg.
And then somebody walked in SpongeBob's house. It was the police. The police came to SpongeBob. SpongeBob smiled. SpongeBob then said, "It's time." Then the police killed SpongeBob.
Oh no!
There was blood everywhere. Then there was a hyper-realistic person dying. Then SpongeBob came alive again.
Oh
I had
my
a strange feeling. Then I saw a body on my couch. There was blood everywhere. There was a note. The note said, "You're next."
It was a strange feeling, or did it actually happen? Because there is a note and blood.
It said I had a strange feeling. Then I saw a body on my couch. There was blood everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was,
All right. Yeah. I'm caught up.
there was a note.
important.
The note said, "You're next." Then I heard a scream.
My leg.
SpongeBob started to laugh. Yeah. Then there was organs everywhere. Then it cut to SpongeBob in the bath. He ripped his eyes out, and blood came out of his eyes. He started to cry. Then a high-pitched scream came.
My arm.
No, blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Fine.
My leg.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want. Like Avengers Endgame.
You know that guy has a backstory now?
Really?
Or an episode, and he has an episode or something in SpongeBob apparently. Yeah.
All right. Go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then text on the screen came up. It said, "Death may come upon you."
Huh.
A little on the little hitting over the head. It said, "You're next" already.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then I passed out. Before I passed out, I saw a figure. It was a bloody SpongeBob. I woke up in hospital. Then I heard a scream,
My leg.
Oh my god.
and dead bodies were everywhere. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the
Bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
My leg!
Then I heard SpongeBob say, "Time to go." Then I died.
Dang. Wait.
As a ghost, I write this story to tell you
Yeah,
never watch
yeah.
SpongeBob again. This may happen to you. Written by
A ghost, clearly.
a ghost.
Yeah.
SpongeBob takes a bath.
Hey, SpongeBob.
Damn.
Wow, what a riveting tale that was.
Hope you like the story.
Fuck, those voices I weren't expecting. It really took me over the edge, I think.
Yeah, I think
'Cause I
that
was
really
already
immersed me.
I didn't
Yeah.
know I had a good Patrick, so I just rolled it.
Yeah, apparently.
yeah.
I was hoping there was more Patrick, but I guess there was.
Yeah. He got killed by an AK-47.
Once I was watching
Yeah.
SpongeBob, and a new episode came on.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
It's better than you would think.
What?
I think it's like the one impression you can do. It's really
Thanks.
weird.
Yeah, I could do a pretty decent guy from Hunt of the Wilder People.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I've never heard it, but
Only because like everybody's been able to
Nice.
identify it like immediately. So
well, that's amazing.
yeah.
That's good.
Anyways.
I think because we're winding up the podcast, and I don't know if any of us brought any headouts. How about a headless out?
Oh my god.
You know, like the spooky man with the jack with the pump company on his head. Yeah.
I know him. I don't know what to do for it.
Oh, I was just making a pun that we don't have.
I have one.
Headout.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. The headless out means no headouts. Go fucking home.
I have something to say.
All right.
Oh okay.
Hit
Go
us.
for it.
There are no end credits after Endgame.
Ah!
That's also a spoiler in a sense. I feel like some people
Anyone
will be
think
mad.
that's a spoiler? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, honestly, that was the one thing I knew going into Endgame. Because
Okay.
I've only seen the short trailer, and then
Yeah.
I read that as a title of an article. I'm like,
It
okay.
it weirdly made it so much more impactful, and
Yeah.
it made my heart hurt.
The thing is that's what I heard too before, and I told a coworker, and then he was like, "Spoilers," and I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "I want to find that out as myself."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I will use the first
Nah,
one.
fuck
then.
him.
What's in the episode?
Take it away, Andre.
Yeah.
Don't forget,
go
you
for
can
it.
email us at tlkpod@gmail.com or contact@tlkpod. Send us your local news, world news, questions, spooky stories, or any old game. You can find out that these segments more on tlkpod.com. Also, don't forget to rate us and leave a review on our iTunes page. If you do, Brandon will write you a little song dedicated to you. We'd like to give thanks to Josh Tomar for our intro. You can find him out on Tomomoto on Twitter. He's an amazing voice actor. Go check him out. Actually, he's not going to be in the intro. Oops. We'd also like to thank Macross8299 for letting us use your song Jutsu. You can check out those songs and more on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, and other sites. Follow them at Macross8299 on Twitter for more
Yeah.
info.
Well, that was another successful, round of spooky times. I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys, but I got
Yeah.
spooked.
So spooky.
Yeah.
I
Such
have
spooky.
changed my pants.
You know
So
what?
spooked.
Me
so
too.
spooked. Yeah.
Well, as always, I've been Brandon, relax, horny Babcock.
I'm Andre. The end is near, Nicole.
Mhm.
Your boy is gone, Lamilsa. Your boy Patrick Star is gone, Lamilsa. To specify, in case people thought it was
Yeah.
something else.
I'm Nicole. Wait, I forgot my thing because it's unknowable. Rodriguez.
Oh, that's good.
No,
that was really
You
good.
should say
Yeah,
Nicole.
keep
You
going.
have to say Nicole Redacted Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, and as always, the less you live, the better.
Happy Hallowbetween. Between.
Hallowbetween.
Happy Hallowbetween.
Yay.
Hope you're grateful.
Happy Halloween.
Let's talk about Hallowbetween.
Halloween.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
Hallowbetween. Talk about
Let's
all
talk-
the dead ones and all the not alive ones
Woo,
that
woo.
no longer are
That
seen.
may be. Oh, that's good. Let's talk about
Hallowbetween. Goodbye for real.
Hallowbetween.
All All right.
It was good. Sorry, I found a gif. I'm gonna no. I'm still sad. I'm stopping.
Sad shark.
Oh. Oh.
Brandon posted a picture of one of the undersea
I
sharks.
like the juxtaposition of the grandma with the butts and the
touching butts
sad
and the
shark.
sad shark.
Yeah.
This
very
will
different
go at the
moods.
end of the podcast.
Oh, absolutely. I was just about to say hi from the bloopers.
But yeah, so like,
No, I've done articles in both the first
Yeah.
and
not
second.
in this
Yeah.
one.
I'm the only one, I think.
Yeah.
I think I did. I don't remember.
Oh, you probably have. Oh, no, I think you did before we did SCPs.
Excuse me, I'm American. I don't know how tall that
The cat's back in my backyard.
Oh,
Sorry, I think
Does it have a face
I
today?
feel like every
Is it
I
spooky?
feel like every
Yeah.
time every time I've mentioned the cat so many times, I feel like I just have to keep mentioning him now.
that's fine.
It's a black white cat.
Oh, we're getting our cat today. Sorry, it's a total sidebar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me know so I can come over.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, SCP-049.
3, 2, 1. Oh, mine's loading.
Oh, it's loading.
Yeah,
I paused it. I paused it. I
Ow,
paused it.
that's loud.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's very
Oh,
loud.
I paused it once it
Yeah, I paused
started.
it.
All right,
Sorry.
ready? 3,
I dragged it back to 0.
3, 2, 1.
It's very loud, so be careful.
Alors, comment devrions-nous commencer une introduction?
I don't speak French.
Is that French? Can we get a translator? King's English. No need for translation, sir. I can speak it well enough.
Is this Jarvis?
My name is Dr. Ravenham, and I am a doctor. A like-minded individual, no doubt.
He does sound like Jarvis.
Wherein is your speciality, sir?
This Ultron.
I know.
Why? A medical man, such as myself. Wonders abound. And here, I worried I had been abducted by common street thugs. This place, then, this is your laboratory. I had wondered, as clean as it is, and with such little trace of the pestilence here.
The pestilence? What do you mean?
The scourge. The great dying. Come now. You know, what is it they call it? No matter. The pestilence, yes. It abounds outside these walls, you know. So many have succumbed, and many more will continue to, until such time as a perfect cure can be developed.
Leans back.
Fortunately, I am very close. It is my duty in life to rid the world of it, you see. The cure to end all cures.
When you say the great dying, are you talking about the bubonic plague?
I don't know what that is.
I see. Right, well, the entities our agents encountered at the house, they were dead when you encountered them, yes? You reanimated them.
In a manner of speaking, you see things too simply, Doctor. Expand your horizons. Life and death. Sickness and health. These are amateur terms.
You are now
for
married.
amateur
Got 'em.
physicians. There is only one ailment that exists in the world of men, and that is the pestilence, and nothing else. Make no mistake, they were very ill. All of them.
You think you cured those people?
Indeed. My cure is most effective.
But the things we recovered were not human.
It's clear.
Yes. Well, it is not a perfect cure, but that will come with time and further experimentation. I have spent a lifetime developing my methods, Dr. Ham, and will spend a lifetime more if necessary. Now, we have wasted too much time. There is work to do. I will require a laboratory of my own, one where I can continue my research unimpeded. And assistance, of course, though I can provide those on my own. In time.
Oh, I don't think our organization would be willing to.
Nonsense. We are all men of science. Fetch your coat and show me to my quarters, Doctor. Our work begins now.
Hooray.
Now, as most of you know, when a mountain lion screams, it almost sounds exactly like a woman being brutally murdered.
Moited.
Moited?
Brutally moited.
Sorry, a bit of my New York accent, my New Jersey accent slipped up. I wrote it down.
Now, as most of you know, when a mountain lion screams, it sounds almost exactly like a mute. I have two good half takes.
All right, fucking yeah. Great.
You got any shitty posties?
Yeah. So,
little shit posty.
Shit posties.
So yeah, I'm bringing you some shit posts.
I like that you're just owning it. Because before you would just sneak them in, you're like, oh, I have a spooky story, and then it would just be like the dumbest shit.
Should I still just keep going like that?
Okay, the one thing you might have missed is when he's the wife is sleeping, but the dad, he's sitting there crying in a different room with realistic eyes.
Yeah, I remember. Really,
Okay,
yeah.
Which I just imagine the Michael Jordan crying face meme eyes on the Peppa Pig man.
But it's like real
just
human eyes, like they cropped out the center face of the character, and there's just real eyes. Like
it's like annoying orange.
Yeah, like annoying orange.
But for Peppa Pig's dad.
I'm just giving myself a note because that's going to be the retweet image for that episode.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I guess
I want to get back into doing.
Yeah, so I guess you can
images.
just edit this in the middle.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'll probably pop this to the bloopers.
And then okay.
This is off table, but I now really, really, really want to write a movie that starts off with a really shitty creepypasta like that, with one of the ones where the cartoon character does spooky stuff in this weird videotape I found, but then it actually comes out and kills people. It'd be like Violent Buzzsaw, but with spooky pasta that's written shittily. I think it's gonna be good. I'm probably gonna give up 3 pages in. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those ideas where I'm like, yeah, and I write it. I'm like, this is stupid.
Do it when you have a big name and have a bunch of shows you've already done, and then be like, all right, now I can actually know this will happen.
I'll come back, see those 3 pages. I'm like, crack my fingers, time to go.
I know people will fund it.
Hey, if this thing really is an anti-meme, hold on, maybe I should do a little bit of a voice. I was gonna go the other way.
Go.
Hey, if this thing really is an anti-meme, why doesn't the fact that it's an anti-meme get wiped?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think we have a 55.
Oh, okay then. Oh, redacted.
We'll just put a beep. Okay, then beep.
Initially, I was like, of course I'm just going to put one there. I'm just like, wait a second. I should just say redacted like Nicole did.
It's easier.
It's an easier marker.
Or an episode. And he has an episode or something in SpongeBob, apparently.
Did it jump the shark or is it good? Or you
I
said
don't
apparently.
know.
You don't even know, yeah.
Yeah, I just heard it was a
Interesting.
thing. Yeah.
I feel like your roommate's
why?
a SpongeBobologist. SpongeBob.
No, she considers anything past I
modern
think
age
season
garbage.
3. Yeah.
Does she watch the movies?
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The movies.
I'm genuinely curious.
And now our very own Brandon Ghoulcock and Andre LeBoules. Doesn't make any sense.
All right.
We'll read this transcript of this thing.